Good morning, students. Here again we are going to discussing the remaining part of the first chapter, the basic concepts of chemistry after the calculation of scientific notation, general calculations and approximation method. Now next thing is here, my dear student, laws of chemical combination. So here we are going to observing or discussing different what laws which are responsible for the chemical combination to give some different products. So here first one is a law of conservation of mass. This law states that matter can neither be created nor be destroyed. If you burn, for example, if you burn a matter, then that matter is going to burn, but later it is going to producing in the different form. It means what? Initially it has some different element, later we have got some different elements. So this is what we will get anyway some different elements that matter or the whatever the particle which are present in the what matter, it is not going to be destroyed, but it is going to be changing its what elements, right? So here in a chemical reaction, the mass of the product which is equal to the reactant, whatever we have used we will get the same. Example is combustion reaction. Next, the laws of definite or constant proportion. This states that the given compound always contain exactly the same proportion of the element by a weight. How it is? Listen, my dear student. Here, by its weight. Here, the scientists have used two things. One is a natural sample, another one is a synthetic sample. So here, natural sample, it contains percentage of the carbon this much, here carbon this much, here oxygen this much. In the same way, synthetic also containing, synthetic means a man-made material, right? The same product, same. For example, here we have prepared what? Natural sucrose, right? Later we come across natural sucrose or sugar or jaggery we can say. Here synthetic one, if you come across sugar, it is also containing the same percentage. Same means constant, definite. There is no change in the natural as well as a synthetic samples. That's why we are calling definite or constant, no change proportions. This is what? Law of definite or constant proportion. Next, law of multiple proportion. Here example I have used. See my dear students, H2 and O2 gives water. There are two possibilities. H2O2 combines to give a water, or H2O2 combines to give a H2O2, right? See here, same reactant we are using, at the end we will get a different product, right? There is a multiple proportion. There is a possibility of formation of two compound based on the condition. It states that when two elements combine each other to form more than one compound, see the elements are here same, but it's forming more than one compound, the weight of one element combined with the fixed weight of the other are in the ratio of small as a whole number. For example, here 2 gram, here 16 gram. So 2 plus 16, here 18 gram. Here 2 gram plus 32 gram, double I made, then here 34 gram. So here 16 and 32, right? Variation is here oxygen, right? Here oxygen, here hydrogen will be same. So I will write 16 32, 16 1 ja, 16 2 ja. So ratio will be 1:2. Like this we will show what the different reactants they are going to combine in their multiple proportion. There is a formation of more than one compound. Okay. Next, my dear students, another example here I have used for the sake of understanding purpose. This is hydrogen. Here I have taken 4 gram, here I have taken 2 gram, here carbon 12 gram, here 24 gram. So here by adding 4 plus 12 we will get 16, 6 plus 24 we will get what, 30. The main thing here, H2 reacting with carbon, H2 reacting with carbon, but the product we will get different. Multiplicity will be there. The reactant will be same, but the possibilities of formation of compounds will be different. That is CH4 and here C2H6. That's what I have taken here. It is multiplied by 3. It is multiplied by 3. Then it will be 36. Then it is multiplied by 2. It will be 48. Then the ratio would be 3:4. The ratio will be 3:4. Next law, Gay-Lussac law. So Gay-Lussac law which concern to the gaseous volumes, right? You can see here example 100 cm cube and 50 cm cube, but here we are getting 100 cm cube of water. The hydrogen react with oxygen, it gives water, right? The 100 ml or cm cube we have used, 50 ml or cm cube of oxygen we have used, and reacting together to give a what, 100 ml or cm cube of H2O. Means it is a double of the oxygen concerned to the product. Here product will be double of the oxygen. When gases combines or produced, the chemical reaction, there will be get a small ratio volume provided all the gas at the same temperature and pressure, right? The small ratio we will get. So here ratio will be 100 and 50, right? So you will get 2:1. 2:1 as a what, here ratio. Here the law of definite proportion, important note, states earlier was with respect to the mass, right? This one gram we have written in a physical quantity, we have discussed concerned to the what, mass, gram. So the law of definite proportion or constant proportion explained about the mass, but here the Gay-Lussac law explains about the what, explain about properly to the work on the what, Avogadro in 1811. This law is concerned to gas, and that law is concerned on the basis of mass. Now Avogadro law. What is Avogadro law? Which is concerned to the volume, right? Which is concerned to the volume. Volume is directly proportional to number of particles or number of solids. See, which is equal to, states that the equal number of all gases at same temperature and pressure should certain equal number of molecules. Means this volume is directly proportional to n. If n is 3, then volume is also 3. If n is 4, volume is also 4. Like this, here examples are there. See, Avogadro has given a number, that one we are denoting by Na. So Na is equal to 6.022 into 10 raised to 23 atom per mole. Mass of any atom is equal to 1 AMU. What is AMU? Atomic mass unit. Thank you students. In the next video we will see the Dalton's atomic theory.